Welcome back to another episode of Unmotivated. We're going to continue the conversation. We've got Parker here. We talked another episode with him just on mental health. We've got Jamal, offer credit.
Jim.
And we've got Better Best Dog, Jamarcus. You know Jamarcus' last name is actually Best. That's why we came up with
really?
that.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
So mental health. God, man. Where do we begin? Let's start with this. As a man, what's the hardest part about being a man nowadays, if you would?
Hardest part about being a man?
Yes.
God, you don't get to turn off.
Never.
Oh, man.
You know, that's the hardest part, especially if you have a family.
Yeah.
I think that's understated. Like, you are always on, whether you are on protector mode, whether
Yep.
you are on pay the bill mode, whether you are on pay, go get the money mode, you are always on, right?
Yeah.
Even like in my moments of quiet, because I just had a new baby, right?
Yeah.
And this is crazy. Like I feel, and some of y'all might acknowledge this. So I wake up and I'm a very high energy person. Y'all don't get that from me right now because like we're chilling on the couch, right? But you might be able to get a little bit of it because I talk 100 miles an hour. But when I'm like trying to be still and like hold a little one, I am in my head like I should be doing shit right now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
all the things I feel myself, like all the kinetic energy and the pent up energy that I got, like it's like a rubber band. So anyway, it's like for real. It's like I'm like holding it and you just waiting for it to release. So as soon as mom comes and gets that band, I'm like,
I'm out of there.
Yeah. So every day of the week, every hour of the day, I'm ready.
Yeah.
On.
And so the hardest part is being needed 24/7 in a sense.
For the
It's-
rest of your life.
Yeah. For the rest of my life. And when you try to turn off, you're guilty.
Bro.
You are a
Oh,
bad
man.
guy. And nobody's telling you this.
Nope.
You feel it.
Yep. That's
So
100%.
then, and mind you, people, Jamal has a kid, Jamarcus has a kid, and then our guy Parker has 5 of them jokers. So you look
Correct.
up, you look up. There's a lot to manage, and you know, it's like they're trying to remove the protection provider thing, and oh, you could do it on your own. Look, don't let social media get to your head, people. I don't know no women who want to do it by themselves. I've never met a woman. I've met them say that dumb stuff only for them to go later and be like, man, shit. I should have shut the fuck up when I was younger.
Yep.
You know what though? Here's the thing: is like I do believe that. So there's that, and I acknowledge that for the right woman, that and the right man, that maybe you know what it doesn't fit right. But when you find that fit, then it's like, why was I ever alone? You know?
Yeah.
So I caveat your statement, right? There is, you know, I think that in today's day and age, you know, there's a lot of men who want it easy because social media makes things seem like they're easy.
Yeah,
Right.
I can see that.
And so, but women and men are not, things are not meant to be easy, right?
No.
So when you have a situation where you have a dude who thinks he can get his stuff all fast, he can get his money fast, his women fast, all this stuff fast, and then a woman comes along, a valuable or a quality woman, or even someone who's just middle of the road who just needs some development, right?
Yeah.
We all need development.
They said, look, my
Yeah.
buddy said one time, look, this don't work out. I'm going to get me a young one, put her under my tutelage.
Tutelage, wow. Yeah, that's very R. Kelly-ish. Shane, I'll hold you. Yeah. No, but to like be quick with my point, I say that because of today's like the way that society is building out on social media and that we are perceiving each other, you know, it's easy to think that it's easier by yourself, but you know what? It's way worse with a shitty partner. Life is worse. I'd rather do it on my own, even woman, man, dog, cat. If I have a bad person that I'm in partnership with, get me the fuck out of here.
Hey, I literally just posted in my story a clip from the great Curtis, a.k.a. 50 Cent, saying that. He said, you know, some people know how to live better than you because they could be in a one-bedroom apartment and with the right person.
Yeah.
And the right person could make a one-bedroom apartment, y'all struggling, feel a lot better than having $100 million with the wrong people. Like you don't even want to be there.
Hey, shout out to you for your Instagram stories, lady. Them shits have been hilarious.
Bro, they're so funny, man. I'd be dying.
Yeah,
You know,
your
that's one
stories
of the
have been
things I do
hilarious.
on my personal page. I just find funny shit and post it because you go this shit, and then Jamal sends me a bunch of shit.
Oh, man.
So I just send that stuff, especially the real crazy stuff. Like I didn't see that one coming. Look, I'm gonna send it. Y'all niggas ain't gonna say shit. Just laugh like a motherfucker. 'Cause I did, you know. But so when you go back to even depression, then what is one of the things that's identifiable? Because depression doesn't look like sadness all the time. Is what we discussed with the guys yesterday. What does it look like? How do you even identify it, man?
Oh, sorry. I was looking at my beautiful wife and my baby over there in the corner. They have my attention. What does depression look like for? I think it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
Some people it manifests in the inability to work, or especially for men, like the things that are important to you, the inability to like perform at the level that you feel like you need to, or that you should be able to. So certainly like that, but it's so hard to say what it looks like for everybody else. I mean, for all four of us are going to have different answers,
Have you guys, and I know Jamal, you talked a little bit. Jamal, what's a time where you maybe have felt depressed or been depressed at a time?
Shit, man. Single dad trying to figure this shit out, before
That part.
Cat came along. What I mean? Just, I didn't know it was though. It was just a lot of pressure, but the pressure, AKA, was kind of depression because you're just trying to figure shit out and you don't really know, what fucking way to go, what path to go.
Yeah.
So trying to, wanting to actually make the decision to be present, right, and be a dad. You can have a kid, but like once you say you want to be that, then it's like, okay, now you're taking full responsibility and accountability for knowing that you have and you're responsible for that life.
Yeah.
And then, now I'm in a relationship. It's like, okay, cool. Now I'm responsible for two people and trying to make sure, I can hold down the fortress no matter what that look like.
Yeah.
So sometimes it gets a little overwhelming and,
Man, shit.
and then don't let shit happen to you, injury, whatever. And then, things don't go according to plan. Deals don't go according to plan. And then you gotta, you're trying to base a lifestyle and grow off of what you're building with the people you're trying to build with. So if you get into business and things are going according to plan, it's like shit. Not just one thing ripples. It's like a whole ripple effect to everything else that affects it.
Dude. Why do you think men take? And Jamal, 'cause I think you already answered it to it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I shared a story yesterday, man. I mean, but like you said, it's never ending though. It's a roller coaster.
That's why
it comes in and out.
Man,
Yeah.
listen.
Different stages.
Especially when you have kids. You don't know this yet.
Oh yeah,
Not yet.
You don't have kids?
I don't want no fucking kids, eh?
bro. He has them fur babies.
That's it.
Yeah,
Let me
the
be.
dogs.
I say this. I've said this since I was 16 years old. We was, you're gonna grow up and you're gonna change your mind. Fuck all kids, just so we're clear.
I mean, like,
and
I
I
get
and
that.
mind you, I look. My screensaver. You see the camera? There's 5 kids on my phone. These young men, Jamarcus, they call me to this day because of how involved I was, and still.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, one of
get
my
that.
kids, and I said, Boyer is going to come on here one time. He's getting a divorce, and he's got his mom and dad. Guess what? Mom's a doctor, and dad and mom are still together. He called me because he wanted the truth. He said, boss, I need somebody to tell me what to do. They're telling me it'll be okay. Wife cheated, etc. What should I do? You've always told me the truth, and I said, well, walk me through what took place. Hey, I want to hear you out. Let me make sure I hear every detail possible so that we don't be rash. You know? And so he pulled the trigger, and I go, wow, you've been putting up with that. Remember when I came out there to visit, you didn't know. That's when I found out she cheated. Then she said, I got to win her back. You go, what? I'm working to pay every fucking bill. Make sure I'm in Arkansas where I don't want to be. I pay for the house. He's an engineer, so he's making 80 plus starting out. And he was working like a slave to make sure she could finish school and all this other stuff. And she goes, and her friend was like, Boyer's a good dude. Like literally. So and I'm telling you this because I'm about to lean into the next part. As a man, I can't call my dad, for instance. Nigga, you can't trust a nigga. Yeah. But who do we call when we are down and out and want to stick our fucking heads in this couch and don't want to hear? We just want to turn the world off. But in you guys' case, and even mine, somebody's calling. They need me for something, especially now. So what do you guys do?
So, I think it's not so much a who you call, but what do you do, right? Yeah, because I'm very, I am not so much the person that would call someone and express it. Now, that said, like in my use of therapy and in my leverage of like a good clinical third party, I do tend to once I find my balance again, I will offload some of that thought process so that I can, I never revisit it. So they'll, so once I come out of that place and I'm not maybe frantic or I'm not stressed like I was, then I can start to bring some logic. And then that person, that therapist then becomes more like my teammate to say, hey, and look at it like this so that you don't ever go back there, or here are the things that you can do to prevent to go back to that place. That's why therapy is so important, right? But as far as like, once I get to that point, if it's something new or inevitable or whatever, right? The way that you keep yourself from going deeper or from staying stuck is to move, right? Yeah. Get up and do the things that you would normally do. Get up, go to the gym, go to work, push yourself, but be honest with yourself, right? If someone comes to you and you're in a shitty mood, you might say, hey, look, you know what, today's not the day, right? Be honest with the people around you.
That's huge.
Okay, communicate effectively. But for me, it's always like, don't stop the progress. Because you know what, you'll look up after 5 days, you'll be like, man, I ain't done shit. I'm a loser.
And it just feels worse.
Then you feel even worse.
Yeah. Yes, the guilt sets in. And that can be cascading effect, Like you're like, I was coming out of it, and now I feel bad that I just sat on my ass for 5 days, and it's like, well, damn it. Now you gonna sit on them for another 5 days. Like, what we gonna do? So the short answer is you just move, just do your thing.
Damn, bro, this aligns with exactly what I'm always saying. The rules are simple, but I think the other part too is, is there a space that could be created for men? Because we know women, and especially in your case. Look, Rich texts me right now. You at the house? Nah, man. Hey, my homeboy Rich be like, you at the house? All right, I'm around the corner. I'm about to pull up. He be like, my man. So one day I'm not there.
Tell him go ahead, drop that couch off too, man.
Women do a good job, and I know Parker and I have talked off camera, side, at times where it's good for him to have his old lady to talk to at times, and I think us included, and sometimes my buddy Jay, the Bull, man, he's got a story, my people. I mean, this dude, single dad, et cetera, the robberies. I mean, if I get him on, I forgot about him. But he came over one time and he said, Trev, you know how and I gotta say this, he's got a white wife, no disrespect to people, in the mixed thing. But if you come from the hood, he's from Louisiana, and he used to rob somebody every day at 4:00. There's nothing going on there, to be clear. And when he's got a crazy story.
Like clockwork,
bro.
Hey, bro, I got to clock in. It's 4:00. We gonna hit this lick. That's it. First of all, demon time.
Demon time, extra demon
like
time.
He sets the clock for his demon time.
He's wild. And look, I'm telling you this story. He told me, he'd be fine with me telling me. But point is, one time I remember the first time. And I just got to Dallas and befriended this guy. I've never had a group of men. Like right now I'm sitting here with Parker, Jamal, and Jamarcus, and I've never had anyone to call either. Yeah. But when he came 40 miles, he lives a good while away. He says, Trevor, I need to talk to one of my people. I need to get out. She don't understand. And there's certain things some of you will never understand unless you've been on the other side of surviving, to be clear. Surviving. That man had to survive. Now he don't got to do that. He's a dentist. He's got a percentage of the practice.
He's a dentist.
Yeah. You'd be surprised with that man that changed his whole life.
That's awesome. I love to hear stories like that.
And so, but like, what could we do then to make sure that when, one of the guys is down, even if it's like, yo, Nick, let's go get a workout or something. Yeah. What's something that you think would benefit men so that they could have a place of peace to communicate? Because if you go talk to your wife, sometimes you're going to feel like a bitch. Like, here I am bitching. The fuck? But if you go talk to the guys, they might be able to resonate and be like, yo, man, I've been there, bro. I know how hard it is. I'm speaking for them, but like, I know how hard it is to be a dad and all that other stuff. I don't, but.
You just said it, though. Like, just extend that olive branch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
be aware of your settings.
Yeah, man. You don't got to be a dad. You don't got to be anything. You just got to be a good companion, good friendship. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I do feel like more men need like real communion. None of that Instagram shit, a whole bunch of fucking influencers together in suits and ties. You know what I mean? You just need like communion amongst a group of guys that you are dealing with or that you want to deal with. And it could be as simple as kicking it, and then like you said, that's because that's therapeutic and therapy within that. So let's say, Parker's experience as far as just being able to open up and have those therapy sessions, we could be amongst each other as a group. Yeah. And, you know, he's just fucking throwing shit at the wall. We don't even know what's going on, but it's opening up. It's helping, you know, and it's kind of narrating the situation.
Well, giving us all a place of peace and
you
comfort.
know what I mean?
And
So,
people
like,
bring me, I tell you, people tell me the
just
craziest stuff.
listening. Yeah.
I'm like, what made you? It's like, Trev, man, I just never feel like you was ever judgmental, man.
Yeah, man.
And that's for damn sure. I have no reason to judge anybody. We've all had to do what we had to do at times to survive and you know, get ahead, but not having a place of peace. You say, where does a man go to find peace? And then you go, so where does a black man go to find peace?
Yeah.
You go, this thing gets thicker and thicker.
I remember a dude, man, about like 3 years ago, and he was always trying to extend his hand to me and tell me to go hang out with a group of guys that he had, and a bunch of basketball players, retired basketball players, and they get together, talk about finances, and I was just so in my own head. I should have went to that shit. You know what I'm saying? I should have went to it and then told them, you know, what my ideas were and what I was thinking about. Yeah. But I was just so not used to opening up and expressing and putting myself to be vulnerable like a naked child or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like a stripper in the middle of a fucking club. Like,
we don't know if she feels vulnerable. She's like this. I'm getting paid, man.
The newbies,
on a handstand.
Yeah, exactly.
The newbies, you know, until they get that right client. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of vulnerable.
But no disrespect to the strippers, but it was just one of them situations where it was like, man, I'm hella vulnerable right now, and I don't know if I want people in my business or want to deal with that type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you wear that also. You wear that jacket, and you just keep on putting them fucking jackets on, and it turns into a weighted vest, a weighted jacket. You know what I mean? So
that's one thing though. But
look, Martin gave us an analogy that made sense.
Yep. There it is.
Every once in a while.
Hey, man.
Now that's like, and you cover yourself up. Now nobody can get in either because you created your own onion.
Yeah, you created your own layers, man. It's like Shrek said, man. Onions are like ogres are like layers. You got to peel it back.
Yes. So look, I'd like to expound on that. That's a good point because, you know, it's also up to the person who is feeling the feelings, right? Mm-hmm. Like, as a team, you know, as a unit of friends or whatever it is, obviously be good custodians and good neighbors. I tell my kids this all the time: be good neighbors. Like, y'all be good. But it's also up to the person. Yeah. Like, you're feeling these feelings. We can't read your mind. No. Mm-hmm. We don't know what's going on. So if you are feeling neglected, it's because either you haven't articulated what's going on, right? Which is a very real problem amongst men, right? Like, how many times have you been feeling something and nobody knows?
Nobody. Right? Now that goes depression. That's why we talk about it.
Been there.
So then that's the thing. And if you feel like you can't be vulnerable with your friends, or you don't have a solution through your collective friend group, they might not be your friend group.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
Especially if it's what you need from them. Right.
Yeah. And sometimes, man, you know, we don't even know how to be vulnerable in these moments because there was a moment at one point I'm on the downward spot in real estate. You know, things aren't going right. Deals are falling through. All this stuff is happening, and I'm wearing this mask. And I mean, I don't even at this point, I'm like, yo, I don't know what to do. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know how to ask for help. And this is where, like I said, even being mindful, even having the right settings around at times. You know, Trev was living with me at the time as he was getting ready to start Fit Bully, and you know, he had already had Zara and the dogs, but he could feel things were off. And he just comes in the office, sits down, and he's like, "Hey, man, what's going on?" He's like, "You're coming in here, you're doing this, but you're wearing the smile, but clearly something's not working." And, you know, we had that conversation. I literally just busted out in tears because I was like, he's right, man. I'm like, yo, I mean, but this is where, you know, having friends around that who can be honest and be able to call you out in those moments and at least be able to pry into something that you're not willing to open up. And then after that, I opened up, and then he was able to at least give me some direction and guidance on what needed to at least happen next.
Yeah, that's good.
You always reference Best Man, right?
Yeah. In the black thing, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like people, but that series, man, it fucked me up, bro.
Man,
it fucked me. My mind, to be clear.
Yeah, bro. But it's like the community they have with each other. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if one don't know, the other person does, and it's like eventually they all fucking call each other out and bring it to the light, and it gets hashed.
And to be clear, you know, I'm watching the Best Man has a series on Hulu, and I think it's on Peacock, to be clear.
Yeah, it's on Peacock.
And all the black people are relatively successful. And so what happens is I'm seeing this group, and I don't even like Negroes. So you turn around.
Okay, Uncle Ruckus.
You turn around, and I've never gotten along with more than one person for too long. And so you fast forward, and I meet a guy like Jamal, pouring into Jamarcus, I meet Parker, and we never know where this is going to lead, right? Mm-hmm. You don't know that you're going to be sitting down in this guy's house one day, doing a podcast.
Right.
And then you fast forward, you say, man, I'm seeing the end of this movie, and you go, there's four or five black men, and the women were successful too, to be clear, and everybody, they cared about each other, right?
Yeah.
They had people to lean on to, but ones that they trusted more, ones they trusted less. But even in a moment where everyone needed everybody, they all came together as well. So I said, damn, I don't have a good family setting or family environment. So I'm not calling my mom, brother, sister, dad. There's no phone call for me. I go to jail, I'm there. That's because like, yo, who's your one phone call? There's no phone call, not for me. So I said, how do you know this is gonna work? There's nowhere for me to go. There's literally not one place on earth for me to go and feel safe right now. I don't have anything. I'm out here bare naked by myself, so I have to work.
Yeah.
We have to keep this show rolling. I have to make this make sense because failure is not an option. So you say, man, I'm glad to have met some people who want more for themselves. They ain't got to want $100 billion, but they want more for themselves. Let's see how far we can go. Then that poses that question. Oh, I like what he's doing. I love what he's doing, and I appreciate him growing. Now it's turned into a thing, and that keeps me from, as I said in my post, I'm always depressed. You're depressed because you want people to think the way you think. You're depressed because you want them to see things the way you see them. You're depressed because why can't they figure this out? You're depressed because the world ain't where it needs to be. You're depressed because you got no friends, no family. You're depressed because things ain't working sometimes. And then, you know, and then you don't know how to manage it. So you've heard me say, stay moving. The rules are simple. How else do you expect to improve? But being around these people gives you, you know, some type of light. You go, okay, we're going to be okay. If all else fails, if we keep doing this, we're going to be okay. And eventually, you kind of get out of it, which goes back to how important it is. If I sit in the room or by myself, you know, for too long, something bad might happen. So then, you know, when you look at this community we're building, and, you know, as I said, don't call us if you're going through something. We are not a hotline. I do hope you find your community and your network, man. What's a place that you feel the most safe, and how does a man find a place of safety? Because again, like I said, I don't have a phone call. But where do you feel safe, man?
It's true, man. I mean, I feel blessed in the sense that I do have, you know, my parents. And I do have my spouse or my partner, wife, whatever you want to call her, right? You know, and then I have myself. You know, like I have, due to my journey with mental health, I've got it down pretty pat when it comes to like when I do get in these bad moods or in these moods where I'm feeling down on myself. So I feel very fortunate in that sense. And of course I gotta, you know, this whole fucking house, you know, you pick a room, I go, if I want to go cry in that, I'm, you know, eventually I'm gonna be like, why am I crying? You know, so it's like, it's a tough question to ask me because I've really matured in that sense. But I say that for the person who is experiencing this, like at a high frequency, like just a lot, right? It's, you know, have the discipline to really start to organize your thoughts after a little while, and then keep trucking along. Do the things that you would normally do every day. Get up, brush your teeth, get dressed, go somewhere, eat something outside. Like go sit in a restaurant and eat by yourself, even if it's a McDonald's, right?
Hey man, Trevor used to tell me all the time, you got to get out more.
You know what? Okay, so this is actually, I think the last time I really felt down on myself, besides like that what was before my journey with mental health was when I first moved to Oklahoma City. I was there for like 6.5 months. And if, you know, no shade to the people who live in Oklahoma City.
God bless you, though.
The facts. Because I'm from South Florida, and that is a wonderful, energizing environment. Coming into Oklahoma City is the polar opposite. And when you hear them damn thunderstorm sirens or the
tornado
sirens,
fuck that.
I'm confused. Okay, so anyway, now y'all have the setting, right? So my first like month and a half there, I got depressed. I was without my kids, right? I was without my partner at the time. I was in a totally new environment, and it's flat there. There's nothing to look at except for bumpkins, okay? And the food sucks. So I'm there, and like, what did I do? So every day that I was sad, I got myself together. I went to the gym, even if it was just 30 minutes. Sometimes, like, I would normally at that time work out for 2 hours. I would just give myself, like, you need to make it 30 minutes. Struggle through it, and it'd just be the worst 30 minutes. 20 pounds felt heavy, you know? And then after that, I said, all right, you're going to take your ass, you can go shower and go eat, right? So I would take myself and go find a new restaurant, and I would eat by myself. And sometimes it would be as simple as, like, a taco spot. Sometimes it would be a nice restaurant. And I would see different things, right? At the taco spot, you see, especially like you go to McDonald's, right? You see like the hobo strolling there and you like, is my life that bad?
Yeah.
No, it's not. And not that you're better than that person, but your life is not. Someone's got it worse than you, so get your shit together.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then you go to the other spots and like, you go to these nicer spots. Like I went to Vast one time when Vast is in Oklahoma City. It's at the top of the Devon Tower. And I remember sitting down there at their bar and I'm listening to all these oil dudes talk, and they're a little bit older than me, probably like the age I am now, like 34, 35. And they're talking about the money that they're making. And I'm like, I'll never get there if I'm just a sad puppy my whole fucking life, you know? So I kept doing that, just stayed at that. And I mean, it didn't take but 3-4 more days of that. I was snapped out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't linger. They say, you can't tarry in darkness too long. And I've told people this, just get out and get the sun. Get in front of that sun sometimes, and you'd be surprised what it'll do. And that could be, simple as walking a block even.
Yeah,
when you get
going
down.
for a walk.
Are you saying you need some vitamin D?
No, I'm good.
That melanin.
I had to go there.
I'm good, sir.
no, I'm good, son. But
Dog. Wait, hold on. I watched the episode of Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson and Cat Williams. Have y'all seen this one?
No.
And
he's on a Cat Williams run right now.
First of all, I told y'all he's my spirit animal. I am not lying to y'all. I'm committed. Just last episode, whatever is important to you, make sure they know. So I watched this episode, and Mike Tyson has a bowl of nuts in the thing, and it's like a bowl, just like a for all nuts, like peanuts and cashews and shit.
Oh, okay, I'm like,
And
wow,
he picks
Tyson's
it up,
going crazy.
Yeah, he was kind of going crazy. And he picks the bowl up and hands it to Cat Williams. You want some nuts? And Cat, no, thank you, sir. I was like, damn, that's crazy. He's
That's
like,
so left field for where we
no, but to the vitamin D. That's why I said, yeah.
Vitamin D.
You want a vitamin D?
Vitamin D.
No bowl of nuts.
He said, do you want some nuts? He says, no, thank you, sir.
I am a boy, damn it.
I am a boy. That's hilarious. Well, we're having fun with this, people, and again, you got. So I mean, go ahead, you guys walk through kind of what you would do, because Parker's got a good point, and he took us to a moment in time. What I love is everybody here can frame struggle, solution, and then even where they're at now. So again, if we wrapped up even what he was saying is like, I've got the family, I've got mom and dad that he can call, I've got the spouse, I've got the kids, I've got enough reasons, even in a moment of darkness, to at least keep going.
Yeah.
And guess what? He also has a therapist. And then you go back to the struggling side of it, where you're like, oh, I remember that time, boy. It felt rough and tough. So we got to hear collectively a few moments of struggle and strife, and that now he's got the right people around to keep going. What were some things that you guys would do, or would do or do when you're feeling particularly depressed or down? Or even some things you guys want to work towards to continue to stay out of your head at times?
I think it could be kind of the same thing, like to kind of piggyback off of what Parker said, man. It's like, I got a decent support system, but then, while you're going through that depression, it's like you put the weight on because you want to make sure everybody's happy too, right? So it's like, you got the weight of that, and then got the weight of what you're dealing with. Then it's like you're trying to fucking filter out through everything, so you could be like open and receiving of what you need to catch. It's a very, 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 very fucking crazy situation. But at the end of the day, what you just got to do, you kind of got to slow down and just just kind of just think about what you're grateful for. And then, kind of try to build momentum on those things, kind of simplify it. And if you could be, man, it is cool that, I could have somebody to talk to. But then don't think about who you can't have someone to talk to. Just build on that.
Yeah.
So you can be able to have another outlet, right? But, you just got to just be grateful of what you do have, because it could get worse. You know what I'm saying?
It's always get worse.
That gratitude's a huge thing, man.
It could get worse, man.
Always.
Like, I do definitely believe in universal law, man. And, The Secret is one of my favorite movies and books. It's like,
Solid.
manifestation, dog. Like what you kind of harp on a lot, it can make or break you.
Yeah.
So you definitely got to be kind of aware of when you're going through a lot of turmoil and stuff like that, what you're manifesting. And if you want to bring it back down and just be happy to have abundance of life and find things to be positive about, that could kind of shape you into where you're trying to go. You know what I mean? So I kind of always try to be like, damn, if it's hitting me too fast, oh, damn, man, Micah, you know, Micah had a great week in school this week. That means, okay, if we take it back, we dissect that. It's because of our environment. He says, I'm grateful to have been in this environment. I'm grateful to have these kind of people around him. We did this work. We did extra work. Okay, cool. Pat myself on the back because we made that happen, right? Yeah. So I got to kind of look at it like that. Damn, Dolce sat more than normal, okay, you know, because I was looking at what Trev was doing. Now, it just really depends on the person, like he was saying, and the decision that you're making to want to be on the up and up of, you know, positivity and that kind of energy. Because when we spoke about earlier, energy is energy, and it can be bad or good. You know what I'm saying? And the more you feed it, either or, it's like a yin and yang thing.
Yeah.
You want to feed that shit more light, you know what I mean, to give you opportunity and grace to grow, and, you know, to just stuck at being that mustard seed that's not fucking sprouting or doing anything. So
Yeah.
it's tough, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, even to comment on what Trevor was saying, asking about, you know, where do you feel the safest as a man? For me, as anytime I'm actually with my son, because when I'm with my son, I'm not worrying about him.
Yeah.
That's something I have to think about every single day. So the moments I get to spend with my son, like one of my biggest things also is that the fact he gets to come spend the summer with me this coming summer. So I'm excited for that. So having things I'm working towards in terms of goals, milestones, et cetera. And, you know, Trev been fussing about me for the past couple of years. You know, what are your goals? What are your goals? And once now that they're starting to become more clear and clear, go ahead.
And I was gonna say, and this is something too, Parker, you could help everybody here with, and I'm pretty good at it. But I think after you finish your statement, and I don't want to forget this. I asked Stan, and I've asked quite a few times, and guys, I got to at times lean into the black thing. You know how many black men oftentimes don't have goals? And when I say goals, I mean realistic ones. So think about what Parker said, you know, going in and just wanting to learn.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let me go learn before I think I can fucking make $100 million or $100,000 or $10. Let me go see where I can lean into. So I've asked him and Stan and many people. You'd be surprised. Well, you would be surprised. A lot of people think they know me, and they'll tell you, I spoke to you, and I felt like I was being interviewed, but you asked me these things I didn't expect because you were expecting me to think less of you. But I wanted to see how I could help you, but I needed to know the goal.
Yeah.
And you had and I was like, so what is the goal? Oh, you had no goal?
Yeah.
We didn't get to the goal.
Crazy.
So but you think how do you set goals up? Go ahead, though, finish.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. You know, how to come out of these, you know, these phases of depression when they do happen is making sure you're having something you're working towards always.
Yeah.
Got to have something that you're aspiring to be, or, you know, in terms of just being better as a person, or something that you actually want to work towards or achieve in this life. Because like we said earlier, as a man, we have it on till the moment we take our last breath.
Yes.
It is always going to be on. So no matter what, you have to have something you're working towards, because if not, then that's how you also fall into a depression, because now you're like, man, well, what am I doing? Like, I just sat here for 5 days, like Parker said earlier, and I didn't do anything. What am I working towards? What is something that I can achieve? What is something new that I can learn about myself that I might teach myself something, right? So I think those are, you know, some of the things that I do in terms of trying to, you know, make sure I can come out of these phases of depression when they do happen now, because I have something I'm actually working towards. And now that the settings and the environment's right, they become more and more plausible as the days go by.
Maybe see people. Go ahead. So what would you tell them about even setting up goals and kind of like making sure that they could stay focused in a sense?
Hello, children. Wait, where's my other one?
He's
Hello,
down
other
there.
children. Hey, what's up, dude? That's my dog right there. That's my dog. We're about done, baby.
Yeah, this is the last one.
Yeah, I know. That's why we're done. We're leaving about 15.
Yeah.
Okay, can you restate the question? Sorry.
Just goals, man.
Dude, you know what's crazy is like before I could tune them out. I can't tune them out anymore. That's my squad right there.
Oh yeah. Usually because you're in the right place.
Yeah,
to embrace the fatherhood journey. And
that's my
everything.
team right there, man. They come and go with me. You know,
Bro, that's how it should be, man.
Yeah.
And that's even the moments we sitting in right now. This is a team effort. You know, to everybody getting in one car, packing the stuff up, getting over here, spending some time, learning some
appreciate
stuff.
y'all, by the way.
Of
Yeah,
course,
no,
man. Of
thank
course.
you for having us.
Yeah, bro, this is huge, man. This is huge. So, but the question was setting realistic goals, because you know you could meet people like, man, I need this, I need that, I gotta have this. You like, well, how are you gonna get it? I'm about to hit a nigga over the head. Well, I'll tell you what that'll get you.
Yeah,
by
right.
15 to life, my nigga. You know how it goes, because if you do something bad, it normally gets worse.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a controversial outlook on this, right? Mainly because I don't believe in setting goals that are realistic, so to speak, based on today, right? You need to set goals that are like earth-shattering goals, like goals that are different for you.
That's good.
Right? And so, but what you get out of that is maybe you get how do you eat an elephant, right? One bite at a time. Okay. So you have to then break that goal down into consumable, bite-sized bits of activity that you can achieve every day. Okay. So we talked about this a little bit last time, and it's like, okay, I want to buy a certain number of houses this year, right? Yeah. I'm already so far ahead of that number just based on like the activities that I've got in place. Yeah. And you know why that is? Because I made it so that I could achieve it, right? But I'm not thinking about the long-term 12-year or 12-month goal. I'm achieving it based on what I set out that I have to do every day.
Yeah.
And so that's what I believe. So if the question is okay, let's set achievable goals, right? You should look at your activity day to day and what you're capable of doing. And then when you look at your long-term goals and you break down that activity and you can do it, that's an achievable goal. Good job. You've at least fit something that is maybe a long-term unrealistic into a daily realistic achievement. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Versus, if you've got only an hour a day to work with and you've got 8 hours of activities that you need to do to meet your goals, now that goal is neither realistic long-term nor is it realistic activity-wise, right? So you either need to reshape the activity or you need to reshape the goal.
It's a good way to look at it,
right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's a goal. Goals, I think, are longer term. Like they're more like.
So it's like focus on even the task that it takes.
You got to do the task, man. Yeah. So set task goals for yourself that are achievable, but that still align with your longer term, achievement goals, right? So purchases, wealth, knowledge gained, whatever that is.
Yeah, I mean, and framing it, what he said, if you heard it in one of the other episodes, people want to buy 12 homes this year. One of the tasks you need to do every day is send out 7 offers during the business week, 5 days a week. Mm-hmm. So what do you think 7 offers gets you? It gets you more information, leaning into getting that 12 homes this year. That's a lot of offers, man. Most people make one offer. 7 a day for 30 days will probably get you.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. It doesn't take long. It's just shitty to do.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is, man. Yeah, that's why, like, even early on in the real estate space, man, I saw a lot of people come and go, man, because they couldn't handle just even that process.
Yeah, and that's what crazy thing is, like, real estate is not hard, right? Yeah, and I only know this from wholesaling, but if you don't love the activity or if you can't mentally force yourself into doing the activity, you'll never be successful.
Yeah, but that's anything in life, though, right?
I don't know. There's some activities that are fucking hard, like
Pilates,
like Pilates. Yeah, facts. Any men out there, go with your woman to floor Pilates just one time and tell me you don't see her like a superhero afterwards.
Oh fuck,
bro, shit's crazy.
Fuck,
bro, you should go. I'm telling you.
Look,
I'm gonna send you a Desiree. She's a pro. She could teach the class damn near. Oh, she could come in here and teach us the class, and she already did Pilates today. She'll whoop all of us.
I believe you. I believe you.
I'm still sore from jumping the other day, so I believe it.
Well, again, and part of this, people also leans into depression because if you're not task oriented or you're unrealistic about what it is you're trying to achieve, unfortunately, you could feel like a loser. And if you've always been a loser or had a losing mentality and have never really ascended or achieved small things, you do a little thing. You heard Jamal say, "Hey, he did better in school this week." Pat myself on the back. You got to applaud yourself too, people. You got to be proud of the little things and just grateful that, we're seeing some growth. That little growth is how you extending little growth over a lifetime gets you a lot further ahead than someone who, as he said, can't do the task.
1% every day.
And that's a real thing if you know what the big goal is. And I put some big numbers out there for us. And, for me, it's not uncommon for me to search some up and say, yeah, this is what we're going to do. I believe he's going to do it. But the reality of it is over 5-7 years of killing it every day. And we're not hitting, home runs. We're figuring it out.
Yeah.
What can we figure out in the next 18 months?
Yeah.
And fine tune. And then okay, that's where we need to take this thing. So at anywho, we want to sum this up. We got to get the show rolling. Depression, people. Anything you want to leave people with, it's a thing that nowadays is being discussed more in terms of mental health. And mental health is a real thing. I didn't think about it for a long time because, you know, again, you're supposed to be strong and you're supposed to just suffer. If you're a man, you're supposed to struggle. You're supposed to hold everybody up. You know, so many things come with this idea. You get punched in the face. No one cares. Get the fuck up. You know, so
shake it off.
Yeah.
You know?
And so you said, what do you do when you're depressed? How do you deal with depression? What is depression? I'll be honest and say, as he said, it looks like something for everyone in a different form.
Yeah.
But you can't sit still, whatever you do.
Yeah.
But
No.
guys, feel free to chime in because I don't know about it in detail. And I've been there though. I've been there many times.
Yeah.
I lived there.
I would say definitely don't be in those moments when you're feeling. Don't be afraid to put yourself first. You know, I think some people forget. Like you said, we're trying to hold up everything up, right? You know, you're a family man, so you're trying to hold the weight of the world in terms of work, and then you know the kids and family, and then we always put ourselves, you know, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th on the list. Sometimes in those moments, man, you just got to go put yourself first.
There you go.
Facts. Yeah, that's a good way to summarize it. You know, put yourself first. That means getting your butt out of the house, brushing your teeth, going to eat something by yourself,
Washing your ass.
Yeah, wash your ass. You know, but do the, you know, stay in your routine. That's that you started the routine for a reason, right? Stay in that routine for a little bit, and then keep pushing forward.
As well, Mo, you want to hit anything?
Man, shit, they both hit it on the head, man. I also feel the routine thing is a good thing too, but if you're seeking, if the depression is like based on some things in your routine, spice it up, man. Throw some Old Bay on there, man. Or, you know, some Larry's, man.
Old Bay.
Salt Bay, man. Like you said, man. And just be able to just try to feed off of, just feed off of good people, man. Just be able to have your little community of people that you deal with, man, and just try to open up a little bit and just try to see where you could go, dog. You know, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just, it's all over the place, bro. But moral of the story is, bro, if you're feeling depressed and you're feeling overwhelmed, switch up your environment. If you got a routine that you've been doing and you've been sticking to that and you still feel some of these things, spice it up a little bit. You know what I mean? And don't be afraid to get outside your element, because if you don't, you're going to continue to feel, you know, you're going to feel like you're on a continuous roller coaster of the same effect and the ripple effect that you don't want to be in.
True.
So.
Okay. Well, guys, as always, this is an Unmotivated Podcast, and we're motivated to keep you guys motivated. Just, you know, even with our words, and if you follow us all, you know, there's plenty of actions. We got Offer Credit, Better Best Dog, Watt.Parker, and you know Fit Bully. It's a thing. So stay tuned as always. Please like, comment, share, download. We can't thank you enough for leaning into some of this. Hopefully by the time you get this, you know, you're still listening, and have a good day.
Just do your best.
Yes, sir.